Good afternoon from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. Oh boy, it's 12:09 p.m. on the 24th of February 2023. It's Saturday. Shabbat Shalom to my Jew crew. It's actually my morning. I've not long been up. I got up at 11:30. I finally hauled out of my my domicile on my couch because of the air conditioning, people. The air conditioning. Oh, I'm so grateful every day to my beautiful benefactor for this gift. It's almost a worshipful relic because it keeps me comfortable and safe. So thank you to my angel, my beautiful one. Lots to process, lots to tell you. Had a wild night last night, as I very often do. But yeah, it got a little fucking crazy, and I got a little bit fucking crazy. So I worry that I won't be welcome in that club much longer, which is a problem. But so far so good, you know. I do have a wonderful time there, and I feel cherished and respected and protected. So maybe I'm just over-exhausted from the wild moshing dancing and being a little bit hypersensitive. But yeah, there was a man there being fucking crazy and banging on the equipment, which is already a big no-no. And my beautiful friend Scott and Older Egos was already kind of staring at him, monitoring the situation, and he was in a very sweet and happy mood last night, very sweet and congenial and easygoing, and you know, he really is. Scott, you really are you're the most gorgeous man, and I do love you deeply. It's just that yeah, by the end of that night, that crazy motherfucker that kept smashing on your equipment and showing off and kept throwing his leg on the table. I was sitting, you weren't there at that point in time, you were on a break, but I cracked a massive fucking shit. Told him to fuck the hell off and called him a cunt, and I was such a lady. But Scott knows me. He knows what I'm like when I lose my temper. It takes a lot. I don't lose my temper lightly. Anyway, by the final set, that is when the moshing happens. My beautiful friend Scott turned and looked at me and mouthed, "Let it go," or "let go," or something like that, because he knows that's when certain songs that he gives me a little hint to be ready, that I'm gonna do the mosh. And it was just delightful. So off we went, me moshing hard, and my friend Alex with his long blonde hair. He'd been moshing earlier than me. He'd got into it earlier than me. And even that crazy mofo that I lost my temper with was actually hounding him while he was mid-mosh, which, you know what, is a really dangerous thing to do. Like, when you're in that mosh state, you're in a partial trance at times. And I can see Alex, although he's very tall and very Viking and very fucking heavy metal, potentially could be a very dangerous man if he wanted to be. He's just like a sweet, bubbly, happy-go-lucky. Oh, he's just gorgeous too. He's just a darling. And all he does all night is kiss his beautiful girlfriend Stacey and kiss like little lovebirds. And he is the most beautiful man. I was watching him because I thought, if that mofo had been like trying to bounce off my energy and mimic my actions and just hang off me while I was mid-mosh, I would have just elbowed him the fuck away. So I'm thinking maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am too aggressive. It worries me actually. But apart from that crazy bald guy annoying all of us. And then when I told him to fuck the hell off, he started to like posture as if he was going to fight me. Right? I'm still sitting down in the seat, just sort of staring at him. Well, my infamous death stare that my psychiatrist says is terrifying and makes the blood run cold. Well, you don't get that death stare lightly. If you get that, you've been pissing me off for some time, right? Anyway, so that guy, you know, postured as if he was going to come at me, you know, and he had all these men around him. They're all laughing because, you know, men, they love a fight, don't they? They just want to G up on the energy, get all juiced up and get into it. Well, it's like not too many people have met Mama T, the Tanya, in full warrior goddess mode. So I just stood up suddenly and I just ready to go. I don't know what I would have done. There was like 4 or 5 of them all geeing this fucking lout on. I tell you what, would have been on for young and old. I was ready. And you kind of have to laugh. I have to laugh at myself. But anyway, the other men behind him were like laughing, but they could see it in my eyes, you know, my infamous. So I could see them like, I think we'll just act like it's a big joke and we'll just like calm the fuck down because this woman, this Wahine Toa is fucking ready, right? Anyway, the other idiot kept it up. He kept it up for a little while, and so I chose to ignore it because it's like it's not worth it getting upset over some drug fucked drunken lout. Anyway, the funny thing is, some other young man dived forward and reached his hand out to me to high-five me. He admired my courage and my guts and my glory, right? I don't go there for that reason. I don't go there to get into fights with idiotic men. I go there to dance wildly and joyously for my bands, my beautiful men, and de-stress, right? So I may have to take a break for a few weeks. It's not good that I'm decompensating. I've been going there for 6 months and I've been treated like an absolute queen and with great love and affection, and I want to maintain that demeanour, not look like some crazy woman, you know, in battle mode. It's hard though, because I am a warrior goddess, and this guy, in the end, crazy bald guy got kicked out because he was getting right up and sticking his head in the camera that Scott had set up to film the band. I don't even know what that was, but I think it was a camera. And Scott just looked and then looked, nothing was said, and he got taken out of there. I tell you what, I was so glad when he was kicked out. Also, it was near the end of the night. I was glad he was kicked out before it was time for me to leave, because he might have waited around to attack me. So I'm very protected, very cared for, and very cherished. To you, Brooklyn Standard. I do value you. I know you work hard, and I know it's hard work dealing with these idiots sometimes, by the gods. But yeah, even my women friends had observed that particular fellow was being really quite disrespectful, smashing on the equipment that already had me rolled up. You know, that equipment costs thousands of dollars. Have some bloody respect. Anyway. So, yes, there was a lot of love energy in the room last night and flowing to me. The young man I met when I first arrived, admiring my jewellery, asking me if I'd be interested in buying his mother's jewellery because he's folding up her business and Broadbeach or somewhere, I think he said. I can't afford to buy someone else's jewellery. I can't sell my own. What hope have I got, you know? But anyway, he was a lovely young man and very affectionate and friendly. He wasn't being sleazy. He was a sweetheart too. I said yesterday in my video that something astonishing was going to happen, and or moving forward in some aspect. I don't know. Still don't know what that was, but you know, it was a strange encounter with this young man, because he said to me, "My mom and I just fought. I've just arrived back in Brisbane, and his mom lives in Georgia, USA." He said, "You look so much like my mom, it's astonishing." And he pulls out his phone and he shows me, and my God, his mum and I could be twins. I said, "Has she got Polish background?" He said, "No. But by God, we look alike." So I could see why he was drawn to me, you know, having just left his mum behind, and then a doppelganger of his mum appears in his visage, you know. It's amazing how spirit has a way of needling at you, because he said he just had a massive fight with her. He said, "I'm going to wind her up." I said, "What are you going to do?" He said, "I'm going to tell her to add you on Facebook and add your page, and that I've just met you and that you look like her, and I'm going to needle her." "I don't needle your mum. She'll be devastated that you've come back to Australia after you've had a massive fight, and she'll be just heartbroken." I said, "Be kind." He looked at me. Kids have no idea how cruel they can be. They really don't. Like, he seemed like a nice young man, but his attitude towards his mother was a bit flubbery. But on the other hand, he's like, "I'm trying to help my mother with her business. I'm trying to help her sell all the stuff off, and so she can like close it down and get some money." And he said, I'm a good son. I'm like, monetarily he might be a good son. Be nice to your mother. We've all come through this COVID epoch. We're all fucking fragile, and some of us don't have our children in our lives for whatever reason. They think we're assholes or whatever, and maybe we are assholes. Maybe that's what's wrong. Maybe I am an asshole now, but I don't think so. I said to him, I'm your mum. I'm the mirror of your mum telling you to be nice to your mom. It's no accidents in the universe that you see me. And then I left my phone with him because for some mad reason I thought it was his phone, and he'd written on it, "You suck," which he was going to send to his mum. Don't write that. And I handed it to him thinking it was his phone. It was actually my phone. And I thanked him for the drink. He bought me a drink. I said, "It's very lovely talking to you, and thank you for the drink, but I'm here to dance. I'm just going to go over here. I'll be dancing over here if you wish to dance with me later." He was a nice young man. Joseph was his name. He says, "I used to come here regularly twice a week." I said, "Oh, how lovely, Joseph." He was an affable, friendly fellow. What was that? Are we still filming? Yes. Oh, it's because Charlie's climbing on this, setting off the keyboard again. He was such a sweetheart. Anyway, so I went over to the table, and there was a group of people sitting there, and they were making friendly faces, being welcoming to me. They were lovely people too. And he says, "This is your phone, Tanya." I went, "Oh my God, can you believe it?" Thankfully he was an honest guy, because I had my little bit of money in it and my EFTPOS card in it, and if I lost my phone I'd be off my fucking nut completely. So no, he was lovely. He hands me the phone, and he says, one of the women in the group sitting at the table stands up and joins in. He says, I've just given her back her phone." He says, "We were talking at the bar." He says, "She looks so much like my mum." And it was delightful. And this woman goes, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, I'll show you a photo of my mum." So he shows her the photo of his mum in his phone. And she's like, "Oh my God, you're the image of each other." And I'm like, "I know, right?" And I went, "He's being a very naughty boy to his mum, and I'm here to tell him, be nice to your mother." We were laughing about that, you know. And he was like, I'll see you again. And he was so sweet. I really enjoyed that interaction, even though I had to tell him off about being kind to his mum. I'm a mother, I worry about these things. Oh dear goddess. So it was a good start to the night. And then my Scott, oh bless. My friend Scott was standing on the stage, playing. And when I finally made it to the the area where I dance, I can't say it's my own spot because I don't have a designated spot anymore, but it kind of is because I'm always in that vicinity. Creature of habit, people. So anyway, so he looks at me and blows me kisses, which, I tell you what, I can dine on that for a month, that affection, So I blew him a kiss back and we smiled and nodded at each other, and it was just delightful. And yeah, oh, Charlie, right in my ear. Oh, and he was, happy to see me, and I was happy to see him too, and dance for his band again, as I do every fortnight. The alternate week I dance for Ramjet, and his week I dance for him. So yes. So and as I said, it was cute when it got to the third set and he mouthed, let go now, or let it go, or let's go. I think it was let's go. As he knows, he plays. Well, they all play. Paulie's singing and playing, and Luke's drumming, but they amp up the songs in the last set to the Moshi songs, And they know that I love that. They know I love it. I get all wild and excited, and off I go. So, and we direct the energy from his part of the stage to me, and goes flying around that room. And look, honestly, most people don't realise it, but they're receiving intense healing just in that alone. Music is therapy after all. Therapy for me. So, the other two lovely things that I want to mention, let's get out of the club world, the club scene, and back into my sacred space, Titania's realm world. I received a phone call from my friend and neighbour down the road, Peter, last night, and he said to me, my mother has been deteriorating for the last 3 months. She's 94, she's in a home, and they had actually said to me that they didn't want me to visit because, for whatever reasons of their own, and I was actually kind of a bit upset about that because, as I said in one of my videos, it doesn't matter if your old mother doesn't know that you're there or not, physically or cognitively. Her spirit knows, and his mother is very similar in many ways to me. I think that's why he kind of loves me. He said to me, my mother was always mad, don't you? And I went, yeah, I know. Well, I don't think she's that mad, quite frankly. I think she's just, a delightful woman, and probably had, strong ideas about things in her youth, but she's 94, for fuck's sake. Now she has gone into advanced dementia, so she is a bit mad now, but she's gone now. She's he said she's not eating much now, and so we're on the downward descent to Hades, which I'm very sad about. But she's 94. She's lived long and hard and beautifully, and surrounded by love and a son who adores her. So she's had a good life, the old girl, and I'm happy for her, So he and let's not start dig in the grave before her time. You know, it's imminent, but let's not live in death consciousness just yet. You know, let's enjoy her while she's alive, kind of thing. So I had mentioned that I was a bit distraught that I couldn't see her, at least to say goodbye to her, because he said, well, she won't know that you're there. And I said, doesn't matter if she knows that I'm there or not. It's not about her level of cognition or ability to communicate with words. It's that her spirit, her car will know that I'm there. So anyway, so he rang me last evening before I went out and invited me to come and visit his mum at the home and see her again, because it's been months since I've seen her, and which tells me deep down he knows that her time is imminent. You know, you kind of know when you're watching the decline. I knew with my mother too, you know. So I said, yes, I would be happy to come and see her. And he said, but she won't know you and she can't speak. He said, but you know, he said, my mother adores you, and if there's anyone in this planet that can bring a spark of life back to her eyes and bring her back up out of herself, it's you, Tanya. And how heartfelt and loving is that he thinks that I can revivify his mother in her last weeks or days. And it was beautiful, but I said to him, I don't want you to get your hopes up, Peter, at this late stage. I said, I may not be able to spark her up, but I said, again, you know, don't be upset if that doesn't happen. I said, it doesn't matter now. The important thing is that you're there for her and that I go and see her and talk to her and hold her hand and, you know, maybe because I'm a very affectionate person, give her a little kiss and just be there to say my kind of goodbyes. And if she's fine for a bit longer, I'll keep saying my goodbyes and I'll visit her, you know, whenever he invites me. But who knows how long is a piece of string. And it would be delightful if I do visit her and she does sparkle up for me. I know I love that when that happens, to see a dying patient that's lost cognition just temporarily flare up in their spirit. It's magic, people. I mean, it's science, because my friend Peter, if he watches me screaming, no, it's not, it's science, because he's a scientific materialist. And no, Peter, when you can bring a soul back into the front of their bearing and fully flesh out their visage and their body again, even if it's only for a few moments, that, my friend, is magic, and it's something we're all capable of doing, because it's the love, right? It's the love that does it. And sometimes a little bit of determination too. So anyway, he says he's going to take me there on Thursday afternoon, and Be'ezrat Hashem, I pray it's not too late to see her before she slides gently out of this life and into the void, or into the next dimension, you know, heaven, whatever it is that waits for all of us at our appointed times. I call it the void, and it sounds lost and lonely and horrible, but it's not. It's a beautiful place. I must rephrase my language, because it sounds, I sort of said it without consciousness, it sounds like a lost and empty space, but it's not. It's just the next dimension, heaven. Heaven. I do believe there is a heaven of some kind. otherwise I could not have continued on with my life as it is. I would have just not bothered. If you take away that magical thinking and that spirituality and hope, and think that we're all just meat sacks and it all means nothing, then what's the point, right? But I had kisses blown to me from a man I know adores me, even though we're just friends. And I'm happy about that. And I had the loving gift of my friend Peter, Charlie, requesting that I visit his mum, and I'm happy to do so and looking forward to seeing her. And that too is love. And my bird just shat down my neck, and that too is love. You have to laugh. So that was two things yesterday: expressions of great love and great honour from my friend Peter, deciding that it's right for me to come and see his mum and hold her hand and say my goodbyes and flow love to her, because, as I said to him, she may not know cognitively, but her spirit will know. And it's not even really just for her, even my spirit will know that I made the effort to see her again. And my spirit will have peace when she does pass, that I had witnessed her in her time of need, when the natural instinct is to avoid, obfuscate, deny, run away from death. I go where angels fear to tread, because death is a process, people. It's as difficult as being born sometimes. It's more difficult because it can take months, even a few years, and it's a process of gradually letting go of your physical corpus and everything you know and everyone you love and all your accrued wealth and possessions. I think that was the thing my mother was struggling to let go of. I had to go to the home and say to her, "Don't worry, Mummy, I've got all your things and I will look after them." And that was how I stopped her bilocating while she was yet alive in the Alzheimer's high care facility, haunting us, my daughter, my friends and I, while we were clearing out her house. It was astonishing. That's how much my mother's wealth and acquisitions meant to her. I try not to live so much like that, attached to things so much, because you can't take it with you. And at the end of the day, I don't want that bind on me when I'm passing, that I'm worrying about who's going to take what and who's touching what things and letting go. I've just seen something astonishing, people. Charlie must have brought it in on her feathers. That's a sign. I'm trying to pick it up. I can't. Let me try and show you. Can you see it? Where is it? Little tiny, where is she? Little tiny yellow and black lady beetle. Look. Oh my goodness. And I just made one for my hair from a costume jewellery one I had. Where is it? There it is. My beautiful psychiatrist, Brian, handsome, but he's beautiful of spirit, says it looks like a cockroach. I got a bit upset. I went, well, if it looks like a cockroach, then it's another epic fail, right? We're just going to walk in the kitchen because I've got shit running down my neck, courtesy of the Charlie, and it's feeling cold and clammy and icky and horrible now, so I don't want that. Don't want shit running down my back. So Yes, there's a little lady beetle to match my newly made. Oh, I can't even get it. This is the joys of living alone, people. Is trying to get things off your back that you can't see. Oh, gross. Oh. Anyway, ultimately it doesn't matter. It'll dry and flake off, but I'm just being pedantic. So, yes, so 3 things. The third thing that I need to tell you about, which is shit on the chair too. Ugh. Scrub a dub, 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 dub. Are you as an evil little birdie sometimes, Charlie? She goes, I know, right, Mama T? I'm like that bald guy in the club. You're going to have to go to war on my head. No, Charlie, no more going to war on people's heads. Mama's got to be good, otherwise I'm going to ruin a dance space for myself that I thoroughly enjoy. But he should have been kicked out when he started smashing on the equipment. I don't know what's going on with security there. They were really on top of things for the last 6 months, and suddenly no one cares as much. I don't know. Maybe it's a change in management or something's gone wrong. I'm just a little bit worried that things are not how they used to be. And anyway, it's not my business, not my monkey, not my circus. But I just want a safe environment for everyone, because safety means us wild ones can dance wildly and reach catharsis without being harassed by fucking weirdos and creeps, right? And so I guess I am acting as if it's my own business. I've got to stop that. It's ridiculous. But we all work together. Even me as a customer, we all work together hard to contribute to that vibe, you know. And it's a beautiful space, and I've been very happy there. Genuinely, like without a word of any exaggeration, I've been happy there. And so I don't know where that little critter went. I just washed down my keyboard, and it's not there now. Oh well, it must have flown off somewhere. Charlie, get out of my tea. Seriously. We're going to get rain, I think. It's been so flaming hot. Oh, so the third thing I wanted to tell you. My beautiful friend who recently had major surgery removing her ovaries and fallopian tubes, and I freaked the fuck out that she had some horrific turbo cancer brought on by this, because it's a very real threat, people. It's happening to a lot of people. So I thought, oh dear goddess, please don't take my Sally, please don't take my Sally, please don't do that to me. I've lost too much in recent years with the cats and the dog. Please don't pick off my friends as well. I know that sounds really fucking selfish, but I just, 94-year-old Elsa, her time is imminent, okay? But she's 94, she's lived a long and happy life, but take my friend Sally, and I will fly up to fucking, or down to Hades myself, and I'll be pulling her by one shoe back from the jaws of death. That's how livid I am about the potential of something happening to her. As I said in my other video the other day, she's a powerful, strong, healthy, robust, hockey-playing woman, and unbeknownst, she doesn't always realise this fact, but she's a warrior goddess like me. We're both children of survivors of concentration camps. Her mother was kept in, I think it was in Malaysia actually. She was a Dutch Indonesian. So it can't have been in Malaysia, it must have been in Indonesia. Anyway, she was in a concentration camp and survived. And those camps in those countries were hellish, just as hellish as the ones the Nazis were running in Germany and Poland. So, so she's second generation trauma survivor like me, but she didn't have an evil background like mine, because her mother at least wasn't a fucking predator like my stepfather was, but it still comes with its own level of significant trauma wounding, because people who've been in a concentration camp and who've been starved for 18 months to 2 years get very strange ways of coping, and so she's grown up with my similar background. But by the gods, my Sally's a powerful woman. I said to her, whatever happens, you will heal from this and you will be okay. Because I say so. Gosh, I sound like I'm taking God's will away from him. But I'm not. It's just my heartfelt intentions that she is protected, that she is healed, that she is safe. She's not a lot older than me. I think she's 64, 60, I'm not even sure. 64 or 66, round about that age group. So anyway, I received a lovely message from her this morning to say that the cancer was just on the edge, just on the borderline, and she will need monitoring. She may need some radiotherapy, but it's not as a frightening event as what she understandably feared, and it's manageable, and she has a good chance to heal from this. Thank you, Holy One, blessed be your name forever and ever. By your grace and by your great love, my beautiful friend may live a much longer life and gain full vibrancy and vitality and health, and may her days be long on this earth, because she's a beautiful, kind, sweet, genuine, generous woman, and who deserves only the very best in life. And I was happy to hear that her partner, she also has a partner named Peter, was so loving and supportive to her in her time of crisis when she was desperately ill. And so she'll be fine, because she has deep, abiding, staunch, solid, devoted love in her life. And she's so sweet to me the other day. She said, "Don't give up, Tanya. There's a man out there that will love you just as much." She says, "I never experienced a love like this, and I'm older than you, and it finally came true for me. It could come true for you, Tanya." And I'm stroking my hair because it's a gesture of like self-soothing, because apart from my beautiful platonic friends that do love me deeply, I don't think I'll ever have a lover again that will be there to be a committed, mutually exclusive love partnership. Some self-soothing. But you know what? It happened for my beautiful friend Sally, and she says, "Don't give up. It could happen for you one day, Tanya." Who's going to want to take on a woman like me with a fierce warrior goddess temper that cracks a shit even in the club that I value and adore and wish to continue to participate in for many years? Who's wild and untamable by choice? I will not let any man tame me. Ask my Ojibwa Maduan man how that went when he asked the medicine man for advice on how to help heal my spirit. And they came back and said, tame her. I went, no, I will not be tamed. I'd rather die than be tamed. I've been broken by life enough. Do not break me anymore. And he was so sweet. He said, my medicine man laughed and laughed and laughed and said, I knew she would say that. Wise one, wise one. It's interesting that the people that most respond to me and understand my spirit are by and large mostly Indigenous people. So I am greatly honoured by that respect and love and honour, because either though I'm a short, fat, Jewish Viking white woman, so white, my skin is milky white, and it's dangerous for me in this climate with all the sunshine. Indigenous people see me, they see into my eyes, they see the level of trauma and agonies I have survived at the hands of mostly men, but also women, like my mother, my half-sister and my younger daughter, the viciousness extended towards me, and just surviving against all the odds, right? They recognise my mojo, my mana, my spiritual power, and I'm always humbled and grateful for that. People who live close to their own traditional cultures and our earth are they are the holy ones. They are the ones who see and hear and know from the very bowels of our earth. They are the medicine that we need now in our white colonialist, raped and pillaged, toxified, poisoned, destroyed society. And they are the ones still attuned to the ancient ones, the gods, the ancestors that love us, to bring forth messages of hope and guidance and peace and strength and courage. The rainbow warriors, the Hopi spoke about. So I honour you, my beautiful blessed ones, and I appreciate all your guidance and love and support over many years that brought the Tanya to this actualization. It wasn't easy, by the way. It wasn't easy, me even refusing to be tamed by a medicine man. He had the medicine, but after all, he's still a man. Well, maybe over time I have tamed down ever so slightly, because I've opened up to love again, and I'm willing and heartfelt and hopeful of allowing a man into my spirit, mind, body, soul complex to love me so beautifully and holistically and sweetly and courageously, because I can be fierce. And I've seen who that man is, and he has my spirit and my mana. He's an amazing being, and the love is real. And I'll just leave it at that, because the situation means that I can't take it any further than that, and I won't. But the love is real, my darling. Sending it back out to you. Little bit of mischief on my part this morning. Bring joy to my heart, and there's not too many men can do that. Bring actual joy to my heart and not make me feel a little bit threatened and uneasy, and when is this going to turn to shit? So the fact that you already have that ability to bring great joy to my heart, and that you light up when you see me, that means a lot to me, my darling. True friendships that are honouring and adoring sometimes are more soul nourishing than, the sexual thing. My psychiatrist says if things ever worked out for me with this particular person, he reckons, well, it doesn't seem possible, but he reckons that all the criteria that are there, the building blocks are already there for a beautiful, loving relationship that could manifest somehow one day. I don't know how. But anyway, so I will cherish that friendship for as long as it's extended to me in heartfelt, genuine ways. It is as it is. So I continue. I've already rambled on for 46 minutes and I haven't done our readings yet, by the gods. How long are they? Maybe I'll make a second video. Yeah, probably another hour of me rambling, if you can stand it. So I continue on. Let's be intrepid and continue on. Memories, 24th of February 2024. Life force and joie de vivre makes for strange bedfellows, but the dance must continue. Amen, sister. The dance must always continue. Here I post a photograph of me sitting on the couch with my beautiful Beauregard between my feet. Loved his mama, he did. He loved his mama completely, and (24th of February 2023). Sorry, it just slams me momentarily. I'll be all right. I got overwhelmed with my new torch and gas setup as I could not light the torch tip. So I'll have to calm down and try again tomorrow. I had a major panic attack, but I had lots of support from my friend Lynn and also Peter down the street. I also lots of tips and advice from the amazing women in the Women's Metalsmith Collective. They are all such, why is it small, amazing? I've written here, they're all such small, amazing artists. I don't know what small was. That's a typo, I have to remove that, doesn't make sense. They are all such amazing artists and jewelers and so inspiring. What a strange thing that must have got put in by mistake. I have to go in and edit this again after. Lynn was worried I might be in danger, so she bought me a fire blanket and a fire extinguisher, which was on sale in Aldi. In turn, I sold a lovely vase this morning, so the $20 I made from that covered the cost of the fire extinguisher and fire blanket. I was a bit bemused by how the multiverse is pulling out all stops to ensure I have everything necessary to forge ahead with my new hobby and or craft, which I was hoping I could turn into a business, right? Oh well, I'm on my way. I'm making things as I can, and I'm happy with my small achievements and my moving forward progression. Now I just need to tamp down my anxiety, have confidence in myself, and practice until I get good enough at operating the torch for all my jewellery needs. It may take a while, so I need to be patient with myself. And I posted photos of the setup because I was so proud of myself. I really was. It was a huge achievement. And then I blew out the fucking hoses with molten silver, which reminds me I'll probably have to exchange the oxygen bottle when I finally get the new kit, because most of the air blew out. And that's another $65 or more by now on top of that. But anyway, baby steps, people. It will happen. I'm determined, very determined. And life is good, and I'm surrounded by people who love me, and that's worth all the gold and silver and in the world. More deeply precious, Charlie, is to be surrounded by people who love you. Those are my jewels. Those are my diamonds. Those are my treasures. Oh, now my battery's running low. All right, hang on a minute. What have we got here? Dear Goddess. Let's have a look at my iPhone. Oh, that's fine, that's still on 71%. So it's, where is it? I know, Charlie, your mother, she's so acopic at times, it's ridiculous. Here we go. Okay, here we go. 24th of February 2021, 1:11 a.m. Lila Tov Angels means good night, angels. 2 synchronicities from the Holy Ones in 24 hours. Oh, it always does this. I was waiting for it. It tells me twice, and I tell it to behave itself, and off we go again. Wowee, Mama T better be sitting up and taking notice and ready for anything. I am tired but had a lovely day yesterday. There was lots of love energy flowing to me and all around me. Even when I went to my doctor to get my medical certificate for my license, she could be really difficult, that GP. In fact, she let me down very, very badly and was a terrible doctor. But there was, she was very loving in that moment in time, which I acknowledge. I acknowledge when my enemies could occasionally be sweet too. This life is about focusing on the sweetness and not all the cumulative fucking toxicity and cumulative trauma, right? Focus on the sweetness of life. There was a lot of sweetness last night in spite of that awful man, so I need to focus on that. Focus on the love. There was a solar flare yesterday, so perhaps that made everyone feel joyous. It was great to witness so much kindness and happiness everywhere. May it continue, blossoming in a fractalized cascade of abundant bliss. 7:04 a.m. I'm boiling hot. I'm sitting here and I'm roasting, and it's on 25 degrees. And I've slept in that temperature since I finally went to sleep at 5:30. I mean, I got home at 3, but I couldn't sleep. It was all wide for fucking sound. But why am I hotter? Is it because it's coming in through the window? Might be that. It's bizarre, people. Here we go. I'm just going to ignore. It's probably a hot flush. 7:04 a.m. I had a rude awakening this morning. I rolled over into a wet, slimy patch right beside my left shoulder. Smelt it. Not urine, but gross. Wake up properly. Eyes still blurry. Feel the patch. Get up. Put on my glasses. Go off to get detergent and enzyme cleaner. Bobo the deer has thrown up right next to my head. Oh well, dogs. I'm glad it wasn't pee though. It's a beautiful morning, cool and fresh after last night's storms, but I reckon it will be hot as Hades again later. Then I posted episode 6, Hauntings, from 2001 to 2004 by My Spiritual Circle, my podcast on Anchor, which is now on Spotify, if you want to if you want to listen to me talking about my haunting experiences. Why is that not sitting right? Right, here we go. Ladybug, behave yourself. I wrote, this got cut short by the thunderstorm somehow. I will continue it tomorrow, later today. Because I'm not good with technology, people, but I am trying. One day I'll be a success. One day you'll love me for my success, my happiness. And one day I'll have a sexy, gorgeous, wonderful man in my life, and you'll call that success too. It's time, people. It's conflagrating and it's time. I'm just brewing it up as we speak. Crazy bitch that I am. What can you do? It's a hobby. Other people pull wings off flies. I try to have relationships with unavailable men. It's a hobby, people, for the love of all the gods. Here I posted a meme. When you begin to reclaim yourself, you'll discover some people didn't like you. They liked your survival responses. Oh my goddess. That was a quote by Taylor Grismore, Wild Heart Movement. Ain't that the truth, Taylor Grismore? How many fake people did I have in my life that didn't actually like me at all, never mind love me? So fucking fake. I can still name them all. It's a litany of horror, but we won't give them my energy. They took quite enough away from me over the decades. Motherfuckers that they are and were, probably still are, even in the next dimension. My God. Here I write, welcome to all new members of our Sacred Space Spiritual Circle. Looking forward to seeing you all, God's and weather permitting, on Saturday 13th of March 2021. Blessed be Tanya. The only people that would ever turn up was my friend Jared and my friend Lynn, but we'd have our little outings out in various little parks around Brisbane. We were quite seriously trying to build a spiritual circle. Anyway, it was the COVID years and everyone was terrorised and nobody wanted to go anywhere and they were all afraid of dying. And guess what? Most of us haven't died. Not yet. So get with the program, people. Open up your spirituality. Be in tune with your ancestors that love you and the gods of your understanding. With the Fae, Christians think the Fae are demonic, but the Christians are wrong about that. Sorry, idiots. And, with the earth energies, everything that nourishes and feeds us and gives us oxygen and fresh water and food and life force, our Mother Earth, be in tune with that. Forget your weird fucking religions that are anti-humanist and brought about this consciousness. It's evil is what it is. I have spoken. Own your own spirit and your own body and hold true to your beloved ones that love you deeply and honouringly. And the rest can just slough the hell off because it doesn't even matter. Life and love and mana and truth and integrity and being kind to each other and growing ourselves back after the devastation of the last 4 years. That's what matters. Take your vitamin D, people. Take your natto kinase if you've had too many transubstantiations of the needlecraft. Do your fasting. 72-hour fast. Apparently it's a bloody long fast. It's 3 fucking days. But if you have to, you have to. Drive that thing out of your body and heal. I'm asking you, each and every one of you, to heal thyself. Don't give up. Like, I'm not giving up on finding my truly loving life partner who will support me in my life quest for the rest of our days on planet Earth, and naturally I'll support him too, because that's what a truly loving partnership is about, right? Mutuality, honour and respect and genuine heartfelt care and passion. And here's my little mate here. Let's try and get him into focus. Here's my little sign from the universe again. Good luck is coming my way, babies. Good luck and truest, deepest, joyful, passionate, romantic love, amor, aroha nui, Liebe. It's now climbing all over my laptop. Not sure that's a good idea, my love. I should probably take him back outside, shouldn't I? Some weird Jungian synchronicities going on. Yesterday, I saw Dave sitting in his Jeep as I was driving out of the Woolies car park at Camp Hill. Ignored him as per usual. I mean, what can you do but ignore it? It's like he haunts me in living form from time to time, and he's not really in my life. So what do you do with that? Usually I ignore it. Only last year I responded by giving him the finger and cranking up Jesse's girl, because it's a bit odd that he still haunts me in living form after all these years of nothing really developing between us. It's horseshit is what it is. So I need a man who chooses me each and every day, each and every night, from his own body, mind, spirit and soul, and builds a life with me, right? That's what I need. Not shades of the past stalking. Well, he wasn't deliberately stalking me, but turning up in fucking car parks and red lights and crossroads. I'm going to put baby ladybird outside. What's he doing? I'm obsessed with it now. In the middle of my video, I'm going to put him outside. He belongs in the garden. Go be a ladybug and live your best life, alright? Live your best life, do what you have to do. Be a beetle, be a ladybug, go eat something useful. Hopefully the white things I've got on some of my plants. I've had a lot of plants die off this year. It's been awful. It's been very awful. Not just losing Beauregard, but having, some of my prized plants dropping dead on me too. Anyway, sorry. Ignored him as per usual, but it's odd how often I come across him, given this is a very large city. So there's still some kind of a psychic bond between us, which is odd, because the man was never really in love with me. Just fucking played me like a fucking gimp. Like the other one that haunted me when he died, that I dreamt of yesterday. That was intense, that dream. By the gods, it was intense. But anyway, life goes on, people. Then just now I was at Coles at Greenslopes and saw Heather walking towards me. Heather was a very close friend of mine, had been a very devoted, loving friend, and around about the time 2013 when I started advocacy on the subject of child sexual abuse, ended the friendship, went rancid on me, right? Awfulness, absolutely awful it was. I grieved a long time over that too. So I thought she was a true friend. So here I write, the look of shock and horror registered on her face as we were walking towards each other in the supermarket, right? I was the bigger mensch and said, "Hello, Heather." She replied, "Hello," looking awkward, and asked me how I am. I replied, "I'm well, thank you." We walked by, two formerly close friends, like ships passing in the night, like the Titanic and that fucking iceberg. But I know I have done nothing wrong except adhere to my truth. So there is that. I sat and had a coffee in the coffee shop there, which I rarely do. So I had to smile at myself, secretly hoping she might see me again and stop to chat. Delusional on my part. That is the caliber of my love, people. Sometimes it even astonishes me how much love I've poured into empty vessels. I try not to do it now because it just debilitates me and leaves me floundering when I have fake and sadistic and cruel people that I'm clutching to my chest like a life vest, right? Sometimes the highest act of love is to just let them go. It was a tad startling as just this morning I made another podcast episode where I mentioned friends who lent me money to escape from Logan Lee and how grateful I was for that assistance. I have not forgotten, even though I am now shunned for being an authentic, decent person. I have not forgotten, but the pain of that rejection and shunning is still, as you can see, still cuts very deep. Evil is what it was. But anyway, c'est la vie, here I write, c'est la vie. The gods are watching, and I am in good company, regardless of these pathetic human interactions. I just made an appointment with a new optometrist too, as my former Jewish one, a friend of Heather's, had the arrant vicious chutzpah of regularly calling me crazy. The bitch gets paid to test my eyesight and is not my mental health professional, so another one I had to distance from. She was my last connection to the Brisbane Jewish community. Oh, where will she get her vicious, confabulated gossip from now? They'll have to stalk me on my YouTube videos, won't they? And I'm well aware some of them do. I'm well aware some of you still stalk me on my YouTube videos. But here you get the absolute truth of my experiential awareness and interactions with you. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent. So carry on with your gossipy confabulations, because the truth resides here and now and with me. Babies. Laughing my ass off, forgettable in every way. The Tanya is moving on splendidly, taking no prisoners and no longer wasting time with fucking nasty idiots. And I'm really loving my life now. I mean, I do get a bit lonely at times. It is a bit isolating. But I'm loving my life since I cleared out all the idiots, the malicious idiots, the malevolent ones. Sacred space, Titania's realm, is an idiot-free zone, or as my psychiatrist used to joke with me, dickhead-free zone, right? That too is a great gift. Peace. Shalom. Lila Tov, utterly exhausted. It's been a very intense few weeks. Lots of love energy flowing to me from my friends and daughter and pets. Lots of new creativity manifesting as a new spiritual circle I'm starting, as well as my virtual spiritual circle podcast on the Anchor app and on Spotify. Lots of beautiful things arriving at my door. A new, free, second-hand teak cabinet that Lynn and Peter helped me pick up from New Farm. And lots of spiritual epiphanies as well. The circles of life spinning into infinity, then landing in perfect alignment right in my face. True love manifested in all paradigms and vortices and aspects of my soul, holding on while letting go. What happened to my hair? It's gone all funny. My hair's been weird lately. I'm having to wash it every 2 days instead of every 3 days, and it's like getting really oily, and I keep swapping over the shampoo, but it's still funny. I don't know what that is. It must be weakness in the body, and it must be run down from the constant peeing and lack of sleep. You always know when you're not all that well because my hair does weird fucking things. My beloved mentor and shaman is off Facebook, so there is some worry on my part about his well-being as he is 81. Hopefully, he's just gone on a retreat or other shamanic journey in the physical. But yes, I sense a big change coming to or for my life. Receiving unexpected closures, and in some cases, me nailing that coffin shut and lying on top of it so it stays shut, even though my heart still yearns and wishes for a better, more blessed, more beautiful, joyous outcome, but my mind knows it was always bullshit and would never be any different. I sense him coming, if not this Sunday as it is his birthday, but I sense him strongly. It was no accident I spotted him in the car park only 2 days after the 7-year anniversary of our first encounter. That's how attuned to that man I was. But I'm grateful that attunement has finally died out. And now I'm attuned to another man who is worthy of my heart, mind, body and soul. He truly is. He's a good, kind, loving man. He's everything that Dave was not. And if he were available, he and I would be loving each other up right now. Truth. Emet. It's just a tragedy in my life that I never quite get things right. Things are always just a little bit you know what I mean, don't you? But I'm cherishing the love between me and this beautiful friend. It's potent and it's magical and it's awesome. My angels, although mischievous and capricious, never fuck me around, but they forget how superficial and callow are the hearts of men. Ho-hum. Next, soon all will be revealed, sealed and congealed in my book of life. I was never going to be a wife, as that means strife, but to be truly beloved would be a welcome shift. I am my beloved, and my beloved is mine. In honouring, respectful, soul-nourishing ways. Volcanoes could erupt and the earth could implode before that happens. Ironically, volcanoes did erupt in New Zealand that year. I think it was that year. Oh my goddess. But the Tanya knows something is different. I can feel it. Perhaps it's my tail-end breakdown from further abuses that have heightened my senses or sparked hope. Silly old chook, always psychedelic dreaming. Anyway, good night, my friends, my countrymen and heroes and heroines, my warrior goddess supporters and my poetic muses. No fuses need to be blown, as I have flown on the backs of butterflies, pardon me, and flutterbys and lullabies, and other people's deceitful, vicious alibis. And still I rise in my own conscious streaming. Ginuch, that means enough. Sleep is for the healed and the mortified. Zzz. Behold a new night and a new day, and let us hold our sway on a new miracle each day, my way. Obey the gods and grit my teeth, gird my loins and gild my truth. Betrothed and beholden to no one but God and my own unique soul signature on this earth, a coherent cooperation and integration, as above, so below. But meanwhile, hitch my middle section and lift my assets from the declension. Bladder needs healing, oh my. Here we are 3 years later, still plodding along. So I'm glad I had my wild dance last night. Every day in every way, I heal myself to the 10th generation before me. And what comes after me is up to them. Go forth and prosper, and if possible, if still yet possible, multiply thyself, my daughters, out there in the world. You won't know shit about life till you've mothered something or someone. By the gods, arrested development is what they're suffering with. And their mothers also has her own version of arrested development, still waiting for my true love to claim me and take me and hold my hand and love me in all aspects of my being with great joy and delight. Holding on while letting go, a metaphor for everything. Where was I? Oh yes, schluffing. My beautiful friend, shaman friend that I mentioned there that had gone walkabout or was missing, and I was greatly worried for him. Greatly worried. Said to me, I think it was earlier that year, gave me a reading, and he said that my one true love and I would find a way to be together, right? He actually said that. And he also said I would need to hold on while letting go. In other words, not hold so tight to the fantasy and the delusion, but to release it and let it all go and let it all fall into place at its appointed time, right? And of course, I thought he meant, in those days I was still holding some fucked up torch for Dave, right? I thought that he meant Dave. No, it's someone else, someone true and loyal and loving. But I have to hold on to the dream, but let go of the outcome because he's not available. But who knows? Who knows what life has for both of us in the future? May it be for our highest, most beneficial, most loving outcome. When you love someone, you want them to live in honour and integrity and deep love and be free to choose of your own heart, mind, body and spirit. So nothing shall come between that. Nothing shall interfere with that. I have spoken. I'm telling myself off too, having silly schoolgirlish ideas that are ridiculous. My friend Michelle said Trina's right. Hold on and let go, and let love find its own pathway to my door with great sincerity and passion and romance and good healthy communication and devotion to me, loyalty and fidelity. I can't settle for anything less, people. But I do cherish my true friends. I do. And they know that. I hope they know that. I'm telling you that I'm cherishing you. You can believe it or not believe it, as the case may be. February 24th, 2020. I had intense dreams this morning about Mrs. Frances Bernstein, Serdell, that means of blessed memory. I dreamt I visited her and apologised for not visiting her in such a long time. She was living in a very opulent apartment, shag carpet, beautiful furnishings. She had a brand new bathroom with a deep spa bath. Although oddly her bedroom sported a bed that looked like a single blow-up mattress, sort of lumpy. It seemed incongruent compared to the rest of her luxurious apartment. No, Charlie, no. Oh my goddess. Can you just... Ow! Well, that was naughty, wasn't it? I don't want you climbing on that thing. So you bit me. Naughty birdie. I know, you can be a bitch sometimes, Charlie. You got a warrior goddess temper like Mama, I know. I wonder where you got that from. Anyway. Oh, where was I? It seemed incongruent, the single blow-up mattress, compared to the rest of her luxurious apartment. I did not say anything about it, though. She showed me her balcony with a glorious view of the sea. She turned to me and said, I was always so in love with you, Tanya. I was a tad taken aback, but smiled and said, I know Frances. She said her nephew kept contact, which was true in real life. She had updated a wall of paintings with more modern contemporary items. She said, you have to keep moving with the times and let go of the old. I nodded. She was still very vibrant in her personality and looked much younger, like in her 50s. I knew her when she was 84. I told her I was sorry I had drifted away and was not there for her at the end. It was like a glitch in time, and she had no idea what I was talking about. I found myself ushered from her home by a sort of force field. She was bathing in her spa bath with a young couple, and I was amused as she was flirting with the much younger man. And I said to the young woman, you better keep an eye out, half jokingly. The young woman did seem to get a little worried. I thought it was a weird thing, as she was 85 years old when she died and had never been a flirty type person, although vivacious when I knew her. Perhaps in the dream, I was being showed other aspects of her personality, or perhaps in the style of dreams, it was utterly nonsensical. This is the second time I have dreamt of her in recent weeks. She was kind and decent to me during my attempted Orthodox conversion, even offering to pay my fare to Sydney to sit my exam in front of the Beit Din, but I could not in good conscience go through with it after the vicious slanders, the nepotism of richer candidates, or the way Rabbi Cohen had been so unrighteously mistreated. She was terribly upset, but then turned to me and said, "You are a Reformed Jew and will always be a Jew, Tanya. You just need to find your people." To you, Mrs. Bernstein. God's bless always. Little did we both know that I would gradually walk away from Brisbane Jewry, and the one time I contributed Case's Holocaust story for a museum, I was to be treated with such disdain and disrespect that I know now that I did the right thing in distancing myself from this Brisbane Jewish community. The Dybbuk is not just in the roof. It leaches up the Brisbane River, seeps in the underground, infests our air and water and psyches, and brainwashes people into this. Turned temples and churches and synagogues rotten, drives madness into the hearts of men to burn their families. It gets harder to stay spiritually pristine and sane in an unsafe, insane environment. I could blame it on the current apocalypse, but it has always been this way since I arrived almost 32 years ago, almost 36 years ago now. Well, it's 35 and a half years because I arrived on the 1st of August, 88. I'm finding other spiritually evolved, bright, beautiful people across all vectors of society. All is not lost, not yet, and I am loved, even in my dreams. To you, Frances. She was a wonderful woman to me. Unfortunately, the man she married was one of the community's worst pedophiles, but I only found that out at his funeral when a survivor came to me and said, "How can you sit and support that woman when her husband had predated on all of us at Cheder?" I honestly didn't know. And I'm sorry for that. But my support and love for Frances was based on her kindness towards me during my conversion process. So I'm sorry that she didn't prevent her husband from predating on you. I'm so very sorry. It's possible she didn't know, but if you think she knew, then you know better than I, my darling. And I supported her at that funeral because she was all alone. No family, no one to sit with her in her grief. And she had been a motherly figure towards me. Bear in mind she had no children of her own. They had had no children, that predator and her. And I saw it as my duty to be a proxy daughter for her in her moment time of grief. And I'm not sorry for that, because I honestly didn't know. I didn't know the actions of her husband, and had I known earlier, I would have done the right thing and I would have distanced myself earlier. But you can't punish an elderly woman all alone in her time of grief for something that she was unaware of or unable to prevent. I know. Maybe you can. Maybe we should have punished her. But what did she say to me in the dream? Let's rewind. It was a powerful message that she gifted me in that dream. You have to keep moving with the times and let go of the old. And I was always so in love with you, Tanya. And indeed she was. Not in love in a that she wanted to have sex with me kind of flavour, but in love with my spirit. Greatly in love with me she was. She used to call me after I walked away from that conversion, because the viciousness was beyond belief, people. It was evil what was going on. But we remained friends for quite some time, Frances and I, and she would call me all alone in a little house in Brighton. She would phone me when there was a massive big storm coming, because she was terribly frightened of thunderstorms. And we would talk on the phone till she calmed down or till the storm passed. And I would say to her in my classic Viking way, because I am also a Viking in my own little ways, I would say to her, Frances, you need not fear the thunder and the lightning. It's only Thor and Odin playing lawn bowls after all. I know it's noisy when the balls crash against each other and spark up the heavens, but to them it's just a game. And also, the storms regenerate our earth and bring rain and electrified ions. She was actually, I think she studied science, I think she was a science teacher by profession at one time. I think, I'm not 100% certain. I might have mixed that up, because my other friend in Temple Shalom, she was a science teacher. She was very kind to me too and supportive during the Nazi libel, fought for me. Irish Jewish lady. My God, her name's eluded me. It's just, yes, Mrs. Tarlow. Another wonderful woman who was sweet and kind to me. Irish. And Frances was English. As she said, you need to find your people. You need to find your people, Tanya. Well, my fellow Jews that accepted me with open hearts and open minds and welcomed me were in my original people, were and are in New Zealand. And the rabbis and the people who stood by me, one was English, one was German, and was Yemeni. They were my people, because they defended me. They defended me to the hilt at great personal cost, because they were good and holy and decent and honouring men. Kisses to you, my darlings. I know that sounds weird, talking to rabbis like that. One's no longer with us. But they know why. They know why I send them kisses and call them my darlings. Because they were good and true and loving and honouring men. And those kinds of men in my life were and still are a rarity. For the sake of one good man, Sodom and Gomorrah could have been spared. Just saying. I had 3 good men on my team. So I don't forget, but I don't forget the way Rabbi Cohen was treated was completely evil also. I count the tears and I count the ignominy and I don't forget. But I know he treated me with kindness and sweetness, not once, but many times in my travails through this life here in Brisbane. And when your time comes, you rabbis that supported me, when your spirit is weighed like the feather and the weights in Egyptian mythology, right? Your light and your love for me will outweigh all the evils that were done also. We are all brought into perfect harmonic resonance, ultimately. And it's interesting that, these people that were so sweet and good to me still come to me in my dreams. Not quite sure why David Davidson came to me in my dream, except as a warning that there was going to be some kind of escalation last night, which did happen. But he didn't exactly warn against that, just asked me why I was dancing in the club, nurturing a love for a man I can't have, right? Well, I am because I can, because my spirit wishes that. My spirit wishes to dance and my spirit wishes to love, and no shades from the past that only brought great evil to my life shall judge me or question me on that. David Davidson. He had no love for me, or he would have chosen me. He would have given me another child perhaps, although the state of my womb, that would have been life-threatening. So you see, the Holy One, in his own infinite wise way, protected me in more ways than one from that man. So, je ne regrette rien. Everything played out in perfect alignment as it was meant to be, so I could be free at 50, almost 59 years of age, to invite the one who sees me and hears my truth and honours my spirit and will make love with me beautifully and passionately and sincerely, and will be my man. I don't know who he is yet. But I have my little inklings and little sweetnesses shown to me, and that has to be enough for now, until such time arises that I am chosen for real this time, for real. Now what's my little Charlie doing? Being cheeky. You can't chew holes in my curtains, Charlie. Oh, they're pretty old now, who cares? But no, as a matter of principle, you can't chew holes in my curtains. They were chintz. They were my mother's chintz upholstery fabric. Crystal turned them into curtains for me. Thanks, Crystal. I had my eye test. This is back in 2020. I don't need new glasses, but the spots in my eyes are still a concern. I have to be tested again in 3 months. Macular degeneration. Damn it. Other than that, I have had lots of rest today. It's been raining, so a bit humid, but not as hot as we have all been suffering. So when I went to my last optometrist. I need to go again because I broke my glasses and my eyes need a review, I believe. But I also need new glasses anyway. He said to me, that woman is an idiot. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's using antiquated, out-of-date equipment. He says, you don't have macular degeneration and you're not going blind. And he said, she's just, to even suggest that was complete idiocy. I said, well, I've been stressing for 3 months thinking I'm going to go blind. He said, it's utter tosh. What a wonderful man. So anyway, I need to go and see him again and get my eyes checked again and maybe get new glasses. But he had state-of-the-art equipment. He said, there is some kind of thing in the back of your eye, he said, that I am worried about. He said, I'm not quite sure what it is. Oh, that's great. I have to get the fucking anomalies, don't I? I'm a walking fucking anomaly, people. But he said, you won't go blind. He said, I just have to monitor it a little bit. He said, it's not macular degeneration. He showed me this whole chart on his computer screen. And he said that I have the beginnings of cataracts, which is a worry. He said they usually start around about the age of 57. So so there is that, you know. I'm a bit worried about the cataract situation because I won't be able to afford the surgery to fix it, right? Don't know what will happen, but look, you know what? For now I can still see and I'm grateful I don't have macular degeneration. She completely misdiagnosed that, the idiot. Honestly, there's toxic, vicious people in my community trying to point the bone at me and have me living in fear of the most horrible fucking things, and none of it was even real. Motherfuckers. Anyway, I forgive because if you're an idiot, you're an idiot. There's not much you can do about that, you know. So I forgive her, but I acknowledge that I was an idiot to be taken in, but I was taken in by her professional opinion, which was erroneous. We all know what erroneous doctors are capable of doing to us, do we not? 24th of February 2019. Beauregard loves Sunday evenings with his mama tea. And it's a lovely photo of him lying between my legs again. Hang on. A stupid screen flashed up. Here he is. It's how we used to lie, him and I. And draped over his mama's legs. Love you, Bobo. We loved a Bobo, don't we, Charlie? Here she goes again. Crappity crap. Honestly, I have to change this caftan when we finish this. I don't even know where that went. Somewhere. I saw it come out, but I didn't see where it landed. Anywho, here we go. Continue on. Oh my goddess. Here's another photo of him. We can just see his face. There he is, my little baby. I'm tempted to get another dog one day, but it's not that getting another dog. It's the fucking vets and their sadism you have to deal with. So no, I can't put myself through that emotional distress ever again. It's not. It's the price is too high. It's just too much for my nervous system. 4:20 p.m. But it would be nice to have a doggy again who loves me. Just want someone who loves me in my life. Charlie loves me. Charlie really, really loves me intensely. But, you know, a dog or a cat, it's a different level of love. Maybe I'm just being greedy. How much love does one woman need? A lot. 4:20 p.m. Just woke up after epic sleep from 4 a.m. What? 20 minutes? Oh, no, 4 a.m. to 4:20 p.m. 12 hours. 12 hours and 20 minutes. I was going to say, that didn't make sense for a moment. I'm still tired. I didn't have a lot of sleep this morning and I danced wildly. Oh my goddess. Exhaustion finally knocked me off my high-flying, cleaning berserker perch. What? Oh, because I was cleaning for 14 days. Day 14 involved a long sleep. No cleaning got done today. Oh well, most of it done now. Yeah, I had this weird thing that year where I was just like cleaning constantly for days and days and days, and it was completely mad. But by the gods, it just never ended. We need to kind of do that again, Charlie. Have a spring cleaning sesh that lasts for days and days and days and days. Well, my house needs painting. There's no point cleaning it. Just needs a good fucking scrub and a fresh lick of paint. But that's not going to happen, is it? Motherfuckers. Things that are starting to grind my gears, people. Did you hear that grinding? She's preening her tail feathers. It was like right in my ear. 24th of February 2018. Do you love your mother, Charlie? Do you love Mama? Do you love your mummy? Nobody loves you as much as a bird does. Trust me on that one. More than cats and dogs even. 24th of February 2018. I had a lovely time tonight dancing with Karen and Jenny. When I went to validate my parking, I was told by the staff member who had been... I was told that the staff member who had been so obnoxious to me over the past 3 years has left his position there. I'm glad to see that my complaints were taken seriously and acted on. He left of his own volition. Awful man. It rained heavy all night, so Jenny and I were drowned rats when we went to buy a pie from the 7-Eleven. The rain is so beautiful, I don't mind at all. Thank you, God, for hot baths with Epsom salts. It will help ease the leg and help me sleep. I had one last night when I came home. I just felt like I needed the magnesium. I was quite tired from the wild moshing. I mean, I love it, but it depletes me. But it's spiritual depletion as well, you know. Full-on spiritual depletion. But I'm grateful to my friend Scott who facilitates that. It was so sweet, and he went, let's go. And he knew I was just going to go completely off. He knows my spirit well. He's a true friend. I love you, Scott. I do. I love all my friends. Beauregard is gnawing on a bone beside me, feeling peaceful, grateful, and respected. Something magical and beautiful happened on that dance floor last night. I had started the night off slowly and gently because of my leg, which I am wary of causing further damage to. It ached. But after a few hours, I was standing, swaying my hips to the music, and I looked up at Jenny, and she was smiling back at me, and I felt the exact moment when a switch went off in my brain, like a supercharged electron had turned on all the lights in a darkened storage room, and BAM! Magic happened. I went off in a good way. A young sexy woman with a maxi dress, whom I had observed earlier, shaking out her inner goddess, began to thrive with me. She was wild and free and full of bright energy, and together we danced our delight and our ancient freedom warriors' might. She twirled in my hands like fire, and I loved it and her. Hell, I don't even recall the song, but I was thrilled and delighted, and she was gracious and happy and blew me kisses. She twirled and... Oh, I've already read that, sorry. Then another young woman who was a regular came to dance with me, and she and I swirled in a semi-erotic rebellion too. I love my wild women, warriors of light and redemption, birthers of new yet ancient paradigms, bringing joy and healing back into the world, thriving in our brief moments of peak experience. My Jenny and my Karen. The sisterhood of wild survivors in a society gone mad, loving and protecting each other and not giving a fuck how we are judged or hated by those whom still have not brought forth their own light. Magic happens. Love is eternal. I am happy. And never mind. That was a moment of joy I had with those two women, both who have left my life now, but the memory is here in the ether, written down in vocal media and transmitted to you on YouTube for eternity, people. That moment of spiritual bliss and joy and triumph cannot be diminished by later malfeasances. It remains. A coward would just delete all those memories of moments with those people that turned on me like rabid dogs. But I am not a coward, and I adhere to truth, no matter what. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent, and at times the splendiferous agape love that blows life back into my spirit, moment by moment, breath by breath, day by day, night by night, weeks and months and years flowing so rapidly past. But the love remains, people. The memory of the love remains. Holding on while letting go. Mana. Mana. And those of you who vibe with me know what I mean by that. Mana, mojo, power, the getting of wisdom and the courage it takes to survive all that I have survived and yet still love. 24th of February 2017. Weird sort of day, feeling hot, moody, I gave Beauregard a bath. I too had a shower. So we are scrubbed up nice with nowhere to go. Such is life. I might go dancing later if I don't feel too crappy. I woke up with pain in the dead, soon-to-be root-canal tooth. Not cool. But I only have to hold on until March 21st, unless it gets worse. I'm holding on to my teeth, by my teeth, ha, by the skin of my chinny chin chin. Chin up, Tanya, I have got you. Will you still love me when I'm toothless and old? Will you ever love me? What is love anyway? Holding on while letting go. Here's to you, Michelle. I don't know if he watches my videos, but the love is out there for him. Sweet man. A little bit in love with me on some level for a while there too. Who doesn't fall in love with me from time to time? I'm a force to be reckoned with, a force of nature, but a force of great and powerful mana and of love. It's true. On a good day, even the angels cry to see me hold my own in stolid sacred ground. Even the angels wring their hands. What are we going to do with Tanya? Let her be. She'll find her way. She always does. And her people will find her and will love her greatly and honouringly. And her man is coming, passionately, romantically and sweetly. How do I know? I'm probably delusional and dying, but who isn't? Here I post an article. Study finds prolonged sleep may predict dementia risk. And I replied, well, I am screwed then. I used to sleep 16 to 20 hours a day, now average 8 to 10. That was back in 2017. Now I'm lucky to get 3 to 4 hours sleep a night. Dr. Eastwell said it would happen to me. Thanks, Dr. Eastwell. Just because you didn't get any sleep didn't mean I had to be cursed with the ugly stick. He loved me, that man. My second psychiatrist. He did love me. He was a good, kind man. And my current psychiatrist loves me too. Another good, kind man. So you see, although I seethe with rage and fucking fury at all the evil that was being done to me, I have good people in my life that buoy me up when I'm drowning. Many, many times they lift me up. My friend Kellyanne wrote, yay, well, I'm home free, 2 to 4 hours per night, lol. By the way, you're okay too, 'cause you slept in the day. They're talking about night sleepers, not night owls. Sweetheart that she is. She knows I'm a night owl. I'm a night owl, aren't I, Charlie? If Mama had more money and more energy, she'd be dancing every night of the weekend. But I have to overcome the stress of dealing with drunken idiots. Lately I'm struggling to deal with it. It's not like me. I usually rise above it beautifully. Maybe I'll take a break for the next few weekends and rest. But the thing is, even if I take a break and rest and don't go dancing, when I go back out, there's still going to be fucking idiots out in the world because it's just the way it is. So I have to handle it. I have to manage it. I have to hold my own. I'll see how I feel next Friday. If I don't feel well, I'll stay home. But I felt great. I went out feeling great. I didn't feel like I was looking forward all week to that dance, all week. And it was a beautiful night in spite of that fucking moron. So there is that. 24th of February 2016. 1:30 a.m. Pissed on cheap wine. Oh, naughty, naughty. My legs have a 2-day growth. This old witchy crone is off to bed. Psychedelic dreams will and must happen. I pray for a better life for women like me. Strong, beautiful, noble women with guts, grit and glory. A few good men like Jared too. Those who walked where angels feared to tread. Those who fought demons. I spelt it daemons, our inner daemons. Those who fought daemons and angels. And after all was said and done, did the righteous thing and loved the broken, forgotten, abandoned, the lost, the tragically sad, the lonely, and raised up the broken, so they could see that we too have value, worth, and promise, or potential. Who never looked at us as freaks or worthless, but saw with kind eyes the beauty and the strength and determination. Upheld us even as we walked deep down the valley of the shadow of death, because there are places of the heart that even death fears to go. Trust me on that one. I came with nothing, I will leave with nothing, but in the space between almost 51 years, now 59 almost, I am something, someone, some body, the sum of all my parts, sumptuous, sublime, subconsciously aware and awake. Let there be hope, dreams, romance, life, and peace. I shared a meme. It's a photo of Salvador Dali and Walt Disney. No matter how weird your day might seem, you aren't on a boat with Walt Disney and Salvador Dali. Look, this is brilliant. I don't know if it's photoshopped or if I'm assuming it's a real photo. Look at the two of them. Now that's fucking quirky, people. Even quirkier, they have similar noses and high foreheads and cheekbones. Only Walt's a bit longer in the bone structure than Salvador Dali. But I wrote, I would have actually loved that, to be on a boat with those two. Oh my goddess. That would have been an astonishing event. I would have been so fucking inappropriate though. I would have driven them mad. Oh, it would have been hilarious. The stories we could have told. But it never happened, people. I have to live in psychedelic dreamers world. 24th of February 2014. Home again from car swapping with my beautiful Crystal. She has an offer of more work tomorrow down the coast, but she will take the train so I can still get to my shrink and get my script I forgot to get last week. Phew, I was getting stressed. All good, Crystal leaves for Melbourne on Thursday, so I will be babysitting my grandson Bunny, Ramon. So I am looking forward to that. Oh, he was a beautiful animal. I love him so much. My beautiful Ramon and Suki. Well, they were Crystal's rabbits, but my grandkids, I loved them dearly. If I ever get the money to move to Byron, I'll get pet rabbits. I will. Crystal said they were a big commitment because you've got to get them vaccinated every year and against some weird rabbit disease, and then she just found it a bit stressful. But you know what? They were such wonderful pets, her rabbits. I adored them. I actually chose Ramon for her when we went down to the Grafton Rabbit Sanctuary to buy them. I said, "This is your rabbit." And he was, "Grandma, Grandma, Grandma." We recognise each other's spirit even then. Yes, animals too will recognise your spirit. As I said, be close to Mother Earth and nature, and the love that surrounds you will be exponential and soul nourishing and downright astonishing. When even rabbits adore you, you know you're onto something, babies. I mean, you have to laugh, but it's true. Carla's tomorrow. Perhaps I will enjoy my imprisonment by cleaning the house. Perhaps, laughing my ass off. I'm a warrior goddess, not a domestic goddess. That's why I'm single, people. I did have a cleaning lady in my marriage, though. That was a big help because, I had 2 small children, was running a business and a husband that wasn't all that fucking nice to me, but at least he supplied a cleaning lady, I'll give him that. And all my meals were cooked. So I had a kind of a cruisy ride for a while. Would have been cruisy if I wasn't surrounded by dull intellect psychopaths who were constantly vicious to me. But, meh. That was then, this is now. Today has been shitty. Realised I'm $500 behind on my finances, more when the electricity and gas bills come, having a minor breakdown. Spoke to Optus and renegotiated a cheaper plan. They were very helpful, and hopefully I won't get caught out for excess data in the future. Sighs. So yeah, and broke, and no one wants my ass or assets. Which, look, I'm just joking, people. I don't actually care that much. Sometimes I care, but only when I'm horny, which doesn't happen that often anymore since I'm older now. But when it does happen, look out, boys. Anyway, never mind. It's moot. Which is very fortunate, as I won't be eating too well for the next 3 months, laughing my ass off. Gonna get a life and make fruit compote and dumplings right now, unless the fruit is off already, lol. New healthy eating, save money on the house finances. Where did that go? Was an epic fail. Ate 2 bowls of yummy compote with dumplings and well, let's just say scarified my innards. So now I'm oh, this is so typical of me. So now I'm craving McDonald's, which makes perfect sense. Tanya's junk food addicted body purges healthy food and retains epic crappy toxic food for further carcinogens later. So what can I do? Now I'm starving but sick and queasy. I am very tempted to drive to Macca's for my favourite chicken burger and fries. Yeah, all that healthy food was a fucking shock to my system. It just went bing out of me. Oh, but you have to laugh. Anyway, I have been eating healthy in recent years, or trying to, after the gallbladder catastrophe. But sometimes my body goes, I need junk and I need it now, and seems happier with that. So you just got to go with the flow. I didn't get McDonald's on the way home this morning. I thought, no, all that wonderful effort, purging and thrashing and moshing and wild shamanic dance, and then you go and slap fucking the most toxic food in the known universe back into your body, you crazy bitch. Actually, I haven't eaten. I came home at 3 and I was up till 5:30, and it's now 2:25. I still haven't eaten, people. So I'm getting a bit peckish. But don't worry, we're nearly finished. You'll be free of me again for another 24 hours and I'll go and eat. When Mama T needs to eat, she needs to eat. 24th of February 2013. Happy Purim to my Jew crew. May we continue to merit to enjoy a free, happy, healthy, successful, loving life, free from all our oppressors. Amen. Finally slept from 6:13 a.m. to 10 a.m. 4 hours. Better than yesterday when I only had 2. Gewalt. We'll try for more Z's, methinks. Sylvia Shine. Lucky you, I have these bloody headaches. I have a slow-growing, non-malignant tumour on the brain. Maybe it's catching up with me. Till now it's not been bad, so time will tell. Then the winner takes all. Anyway, 4 hours is not bad. You can always have a nap later. How's the dancing feet? Be well. Love, Sylvia. Kiss, kiss, kiss. My beautiful Sylvia. She died when she was 87. So I can't remember exactly what she died of, but maybe that was what got her in the end. Oh, my darling. My sweet English Jewish Rose. I do love you. Me. Sorry to hear about the tumour, Sylvia. Headaches are awful. I just woke up at 4:30 p.m. So glad I slept all day, as I was so exhausted but couldn't sleep properly. So a good catch up for my brain to rest. My feet are still aching from dancing on Friday night, especially the foot I got septic arthritis in. It's raining, so the dampness aggravates it a bit. Other than that, I feel good today. I will be better when I can normalise my sleep into better blocks of deep sleep. It is so rare for me to have insomnia, but I noticed in a diary that I had a bout of it this time last year, so I think it might be connected to the summer heat, menopause kicking in, and general stress. All good. I shall overcome, as I always do. Love you too, Sylvia. Kiss, kiss, kiss. And later that day I wrote, Dorian Gray, awesome. I adore Oscar Wilde. Dorian Gray would have been the movie version of the picture of Dorian Gray, which is an amazing story. Very amazing story. I recommend you all read Oscar Wilde. The man was a genius. 24th of February 2012. Wet, muggy day, but Jared and I went to Garbo, that means Garden City. Anyway, just to avoid being stuck at home all day, feeling dank and miserable. Home now, but still dank, but at least there is a lovely purplish sunset to usher Shabbat in. Shabbat Shalom, you all. 24th of February 2011. Conflict resolution with psychological narrative. Laughing out loud. Because on occasion I'd have little fights with my beautiful, my gorgeous, my handsome, my devoted psychiatrist, Brian, who's fought for me over the many years. But here I mentioned we'd had a little bit of a row about something. Here I write, this is in 2011. I'd only been in therapy with him since October 2010. So what was that, 4 months in? And I guess he used to test me occasionally by seeing how I react to certain triggering. And, well, he found out. He's seen my hellish temper from time to time. He knows it's like a forest fire, quickly inflamed, but just as quickly passes in the right conditions. Debriefed with my psych today and basically told him that he hasn't been giving me enough supportive therapy, which has not made me feel supported. Lol. How's that for chutzpah? That means cheek. I like him, so I'll keep seeing him in the long term. So glad I did, Brian. Thank you for sticking with me. I know I can be difficult at times. But his idea of getting me into psychotherapy is a no-go zone. Oh well, he's much younger than my other doctor was, so naturally wanted to create something fabulous out of the mess that I have been left with. Here she is, Brian. I'm still a bit fucking messy, but I hope I've made you proud at times. Love you. You're a good doctor. You are. I wouldn't be alive without you and a few of my other significant friends and earth angels in my life. Life would have been very bland and awful without you. Oh well, I said that. He's much younger than my other, something fabulous of the mess that I've been left with. Not much material left to work with, I'm afraid, and of the good stuff that I've been left with, I'm not going to grind down and try to recreate a new me at this late stage of life. In fact, it would be dangerous to do so. But here she is. As for dealing with trauma issues from my entire life, there are so frickin' many that each one being deconstructed and worked through, etc., would just bring me to a new wall. I mean, in Kabbalah, there are 49 gates to heaven, and well, I think I would have to deconstruct and reconstruct my life over way more than 49 traumas, and some I only acquired recently in recent years. So there is that. Sad but true. So this little Meshuggah, that means crazy person, is staying just where she is for now, aiming for shalom, peace, safety, and any comfort I can create for myself from my ravaged life, i.e., not much. So today I am taking back my power and hoping to look the world square in the eye. Here's looking at you, kids. Watch it drop its gaze and step back so I can move through, i.e., cut the crap. I've been splonging around in tainted ugly jelly for way too long. Not sure what splonging means. I just made it up, but I guess it makes sense to me. Lol. Then my beautiful Jared posted me the meaning of the word splonging, which is indeed a real word, and I thought I'd made it up, but I just dredged it up from my subconscious somewhere. I'm a cunning linguist at times, people. Just saying. Me, I also told him that God is my psychotherapist. She, he, or it, which when you combine those together spells she, it, puts me in situations which, although confronting and extremely painful, are the best way to deal with certain issues. Examples are the traineeship at the Queensland Police Service Academy, working with incompetent, lazy, inadequate policing during a period in my life when I had been attacked for a period of 18 months from savage psychopaths, and the police would do nothing, followed by my brief stint at the Office of Health Practitioners Board, dealing with complaints on a daily basis. I was archiving complete files from all branches of health practitioners, from OTs to GPs, on sexual misconduct, which led me to deal with that issue personally, vis-a-vis my relationship with David Davidson that was boundaryless and a breach of the therapeutic alliance, and got very fucking splongy indeed, the motherfucker. But he's still coming to me in his dreams trying to remedy his breaches, right? Breaches. Breeches. The tosser. Such is the power of my love, though. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's not for time-wasting, game-playing, psychopathic, sociopathic, narcopathic wastrels. It's for a real man who loves me truly and deeply and honouringly. To you, my beloved one, you know who you are. And my true friends, you know who you are. And my earth angels, you know who you are. So this time, the universe has prompted me to look at other avenues of healing. Interesting stuff. I responded to the information Jared had sent me. Oh, okay. Thanks, Jared. I thought I made up a new word for dancing and trudging through the gelatinous substance, the mush and muck, the flotsam jetsam, the incredible sludge that is my life. I guess I read the word splonge somewhere. Glad to see it sort of fits. Lol. Now I'm not a loquacious genius. I will endeavour to not come up with new non-words. Lol. I'm not a loquacious genius, but some woman in one of my Jewish groups, when we were advocating and fighting on the subject of child sexual abuse, turned rancid on me, as they do often. Called me a bizarre genius, which was meant as an insult, people. I took that and I rode with that to the bitter end. A bizarre genius I remain, and so it is and shall it always be. So fuck you. That, my friends, is my most bizarre of my genius. Update 25th of February 2022. So glad that my doctor persevered with this little warrior goddess, that he fully comprehends my spirit, personhood and mana. And the same goes for 2024. My doctor is a brave, determined and deeply loving man to stick with me 13 years in therapy. 24th of February 2009. I'm in recovery after waiting at the dental hospital for over 4 hours. Grrr. The public system has not been decent and honouring towards me. But it is what it is, people. What else can you do when you're impoverished? You can be a loquacious genius, Charlie. You can be a bizarre genius. You can be a dancer, a thriver, a lover, a mother, a daughter of the gods. It's beautiful, people. But I'm very tired. I'm going to have to go and have a little nap now. Eat and sleep. Honour my primal needs for survival on this planet. And part of me would like to go dancing again tonight. Yes, part of me wants to push myself out there again, out into the world. But no, I'll have to rest. I shall have to rest. Save it for next week. Next week that I wasn't sure I was going to save it for. We'll see how we go next week, my darlings. Maybe I'll have a break. What do you think? Put it in the comment section. Shall the Tanya take a break from dancing, or shall she just intrepidly just keep turning up as she always did for 13 years in that casino that was toxic, and fight for her space and her right to dance? Is the Tanya even wanted out in the world? Am I even loved? Am I just kidding myself? Oh well. In time I will know the answers to all those questions, my darlings. So have a beautiful day, afternoon, in the space-time continuum. It's now 2:41 p.m. Brisbane time. And blessed be from the Tanya, that wild, indomitable spirit that only a few know how to love and handle with deep reverence. And the rest don't matter, my darlings. The rest don't matter at all. Love you. Bye for now. Shalom.